So, this is the OctaMic XTC. We call it OctaMic XTC. That's our new 8-channel microphone preamplifier with AD conversion, but it's super flexible and has a lot of features. And in Germany we call this the eierlegende Wollmilchsau. There is no English word for that, sorry. Maybe you heard about the Swiss Army knife comparison, but something like that. So, simply said, the typical microphone preamplifier needs 8 pots on the front to quickly adjust the gains. We don't have them. We make everything with a display, but you're still very quick and fast in setup. For example, you just push this button and you have direct access to the gains from these 2 channels. Same here. The display is very nice to see, good overview, has a lot of sub-functions. So to make this really flexible, it's not only 8 microphone preamps in that way, it's also 8 line inputs. And the 4 first channels, you can switch a paired, so you have about plus 30 dBu as maximum input level. And the other 4 input channels, you can also switch to instrument. So basically you can connect everything. The AD conversion is usual standard, super new converters, 192 kHz, low latency, very good signal to noise ratio of more than 114 dBu, RMS unweighted, all the technical blah blah, you know that. So what's more interesting is, how do we put out the signal after the conversion? We have ADAT, we have ASEBU, and we have MADI. Oops. Yes, everything in there at the same time. And if you have ADAT and ASEBU and MADI, with so many channels, and you have a display, yes, you can route, insert, patch, whatever you like. So this is also a digital format converter and a digital patcher, so to say. At the same time, you can also hear. We have 2 stereo DR channels, 2 stereo analog outputs. They can be fed from either the inputs directly, just for direct monitoring. What is that coming in on my microphone? Or fed from the ADAT or the ASEBU or the MADI input. This is also like a return path. If you make longer cable runs with MADI, for example, the guys at the mixing desk will send some signal and you can get it here analog. At the same time, this is a perfect companion, for example, for our 5-phase UFX, because you have ADAT, you just connect it to the UFX, you have 8 additional channels input analog, and 2 stereo outputs more analog from the same unit. But that's not all. We have a USB jack on the back. Now this is not an audio interface, not a normal audio interface, but it supports class compliant mode, and that means you can connect it to the iPad. 24 channels in, 24 channels out. Got it? That means this is the most flexible and most universal interface ever presented for the iPad. Additionally, we have MIDI remote control over USB in the class compliant mode, over 2 5-pin DIN sockets, or over the MADI. So you have different ways to control it, or you have different ways to send MIDI somewhere. All in one high-performance, high-quality unit. We'll be shipping around mid-year. Price, I'm not sure. It might be around 2,000 euros, something like that. Thank you.